Hello, everybody. Welcome to Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. Warm greetings from the High 10. How you doing, Finesse? Thank you, baby. Good to see you. 6 in a room. Please no super chats during the live. If you'd like to donate to the channel, Cash App, $ Big Angie 129, but no super chats during the live. Thank you so very much. Hi, baby. How you doing? Hey, Queen. How you doing? Hello, Jocelyn. Cumbermint. Hello, Donna LaSalle. How you doing? Hello, Monica. Hello. Hi, is everybody doing? Trina, Trinetta, how you doing, sweetheart? Hope everybody can hear me good. I don't have my volume up. I'm sorry. Hi, Mia. Hello, Nikki, Sheba, Tina. At 39 in the room, 15 thumbs up. Let the thumbs match the people in the room. I am wonderful. Thanks for asking. Flouncy, how are you, my friend? Hello, Trina from Oakland. Thank you for joining us, California. Okay, Dondra. How is everybody doing? I got 45 in the room. Let's get it started. Want to talk about the hype at the moment going on, social media. So we're just going to roll with it. It's craziness going on out here. It's really sad. Cannot believe I'm getting ready to read an article about this nonsense. How you doing, baby? Hi, Brooke. How you doing? Hello, Nikki. How you doing? Thank you so much. Hi, Cheryl. How you doing? Miss Laxam, how you doing? Alexa, how are you? Leah, how are you? Thank you all. Andrea, how are you? I'm not trying to ignore all of you. I'm going to go in and read this right now. If you need verification for the storyline, please log on to KGET 17 News. Siblings of Orrin and Orson West in foster care judged to determine adopted parents' custody. This was uploaded 1 day ago. It's been 50 days since 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Orrin West were reported missing in California City. The adopted parents of the two boys, Trezell and Jacqueline West, are cooperating with police, but not speaking to the public. John Walker, the chief of police in California City, says they're staying in Bakersfield. The West parents have 4 other kids, 2 biological and 2 adopted. The chief of police says these kids are in protective custody. In Child Protective Services, protective custody means they're placed in a foster home, said Janice Slagle, a spokesperson from the Department of Human Services in Kern County. They're removed from their family with the allegation of abuse or neglect and placed in a foster home. Her department deals with cases of parental neglect, which ultimately end up in juvenile court. Every time a child is removed by either law enforcement or CPS, Slagle said, we're involved in the court process for those children. She says there's a process through which parents are evaluated. She spoke generally about the process and emphasized she was not talking specifically about the California City case. Frequently, the parents must complete certain tasks aimed at ensuring the children's safety to regain custody. The parents are given a court-ordered case plan, and if they complete what's asked of them, then they can get their children back in their custody, Slagle said. The parents have around 4 months to complete the task. If they don't do a sufficient job, a judge could rule to keep their kids in foster care. That's where everybody's coming to the table and presenting information on how did the parents do. Did they do enough to get their kids back, Slagle said. Or are they doing well, but not quite there? We need to extend this a little longer. Give them more time just presenting it all together there. Anyone with any information on the 2 missing boys can call the California City Police Department at 760-373-8606. To remain anonymous, you can call the secret witness line at 661-322-4040. If you need a source for this information, please log on to KGET 17 News. And it's also kget.com. Anybody needs verification for the storyline. So what do you all think about the said information? People been sending stuff to me about this situation. You all know how I roll. I don't roll off of he said, she said, as far as a story, I had to go find it myself. Really, the article don't really say anything, quite frankly. Doesn't really say anything. So I don't know. I've been following another YouTuber for about a year now. She did a live weeks ago where she talks to the lady that helped the West get the money. Yeah, I heard about that, honey. Just me. If they have to reapply, they probably won't be able to pass the drug test or show stable income. Dondra, of course. And that should be the main factor. That these two can show that they have viable employment. And I really don't see the judge giving the kids back. This is my personal opinion, of course. I don't see the judge giving them back because, one, you've got to prove yourself. You got to explain how you got 2 children missing on your watch out of your yard, allegedly. So, one, that's going to be an issue. As you also stated, you need to have viable income. You fled your house out of fear, allegedly. So, what a judge also has to ask him or herself, why would I return your kids to you when you left your house? Where are you staying now? Is this a stable house? You have a house you just bought and you fled that place. So are you going to be taking your children back to the said house where you were living, where the children allegedly went missing? I don't think they give them back until we find out what happened to the babies. Jenny, I agree. They would definitely not get the boys. If these animals ever go to trial on the newfound evidence for the boys, the other 4 kids will be character witnesses. I don't think they should get their kids back. Queen talks. Okay. I agree, says Classy 26. Yeah, I don't see them getting their kids back because that was the purpose of the state removing the children from their custody in the first place, is because you had 2 children and somebody saw fit to remove your children, which was CPS. The chief of police has said that we do not make a determination to remove children. It is the call of CPS. So once again, CPS was the head knocker in this said situation, and they made the determination to remove the children. Has anyone said for sure when the last time the boys was seen? I don't think them babies ever made it to Cal City. Just me. Everything is up for speculation. As they state, we're 50 days plus in, and everything is the same as it was before. Nobody knows where the children are except for the people who got the children gone. And they're not talking. They're only talking to the police. And I also found an article that did verify that they were asked to take a polygraph test, and that was around, I want to believe, around the 21st of January, that article I found. So they have been asked to take a polygraph test, but naturally the chief is not telling us if they said yes or no. But I'm going to assume they said no, because if they had, it would have been easy to just say, oh, yes, they took the test. And yes, they passed the test. How hard would that be? Hell no, they should never get those kids back. They shouldn't even have a permission to even go to a pet shop. Oh no, to buy not even an animal. Those 2 idiots are both guilty as F. Okay, facts. Okay, I hear you, Hazardous. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay, Shortcake says too many unanswered questions to return to children. Yes, that's true. Salute to all. Love is the love straight out of Bronx. Hello, New York. Thank you for joining me. I love to have a New Yorker in the house. Thank you so much. I've got 100 in the room almost. 48 thumbs up. Let the thumbs match the viewers. I want to thank you all for joining the Queen. I don't know what to say about this. When I got the notifications from people putting that in my inbox, I was just like, okay. It was like it didn't really mean anything to me because it's a joke. The chief left it up for the public speculation only if they did or did not take the test. Yeah, well, I'm going to think they didn't take it. They've been elusive from day one. They've shown no emotion toward the children. They have not rallied for the children. They have not searched for the children. So if you won't even talk to the public, the news about your child, you don't rally to say, hey, any information about my child, that lets me know you weren't interested in your child when they had them. That's the reason why they're not here. Why no real true interest in finding the children that are missing, hiding, and now they want their hand on the other children now. Yeah. Hello, Tessa. How you doing, baby? Cherie. Hi, sweet friend from California. They should never get them back or be able to have any other children. Well, Cherie, you can't stop people from laying down and making babies. Huh, we've learned that from the storyline already. Hell, they should have. What'd you say? Hell, they should still be in custody and interrogated still. They broke. Yes. Thank you, Hazardous. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you, Tina. Kelly is in the building. Yes, KK. Thank you so much. Thank you from Reno. Oh, that's nice. But if they said no, won't that be a clue that they had something to hide? I don't think they took one. And on the first news, when the boys went missing, neither one of them dropped a tear. It was sad. Yes. I don't think they took the test. I don't think they took a test. Because anybody that, as I state, I think it's common sense. You're not rallying for your children. You're not talking about your children to the news. You've never given any new photos. We just keep repeating the same thing over and over. Everything they've shown is not the behavior of people who care about their children or care about their missing relatives. So why would you take a polygraph? You wouldn't take a polygraph. I think they lowered up and told them it was against the lawyer's advice. Well, the lawyer probably knows they're guilty too. Your lawyer's not going to tell you to your face, yeah, I think you're guilty. I'm going to represent you and take your money. I'm going to do that. But I'm not going to tell you to your face, yeah, you look real guilty. I just wonder what it would actually take for them to be interrogated. I'm sure they're being interrogated. They just don't tell us everything. That's what you all have to remember. They're not going to tell us everything. Queen, I watched one of your videos and it was something that you said. You said that we need to know as what has already been said. I would go back to the day of the interview and then look at it again. Yes, everything you need to know was already told to you. That's what I keep telling people. You can ask 1,000 questions about where the children are. You can go on and on and on about old photos. Everything they do lets you know they got the kids gone. That nobody took those kids. Old photos uploaded to the Missing Persons Bureau and the investigators. Now, the extended family going on Good Morning America or whatever the source, ABC, talking and slobbering in front of the camera with a bunch of nonsense. And also, in that said commentary, there's an older photo with the grandfather sitting at like a dining table with one of the children and one of the other kids in the photo. It's not believed to be one of the other boys. And as you can see, those are very small children. So what you have to ask yourself is, once again, why would you show an old photo pertaining to missing children? Because you didn't have no damn photos of the kids either. It's nonsense to me. Oh, renew subscribers. We really appreciate what you're doing. Thank you, James. Thanks, James, for joining me. James, where are you? Is that Hook or Hawk? I don't want to mispronounce your name. They definitely will not be getting the other two adopted kids back. That said, I do believe. Let me pull a little closer here. Okay. Somebody very close to them helped them get rid of the boys, I think. Okay, Sheba. Interesting. I asked police, did Wanda ask for the kids and Giselle only brought 4? Change, you asked the police. What are you talking about? You calling the police? You called the chief of police? Oh my God, y'all are killing me. We live here in California near Los Angeles. Oh, okay. Great. Jules, I was making a joke. I can be very facetious. Tessa says, bothersome that no one at all on either side is a recent photo. Well, I keep telling you all, they told you everything you needed to know day one. The only thing you didn't have is sightings of the children. It is now 50 plus days in and you still don't have sightings. Nothing has changed. The behavior is still the same. No one is talking. Everyone decided to wait late in the game to speak to the public. Everyone's waited late to bring up a reward. Now we hear that Cal City is allegedly taking back their portion at midnight on February 23rd. A commenter jumped on yesterday saying that's not true. But as I state, I don't take anything down off my channel until I get verification from a news source. Felicia, you can't come over here asking me, telling me what's not true or not. When I see it in ink that the news made a mistake about the said article, then I will kindly put a correction in the video. If they do have an attorney, they would definitely advise to not take the polygraph. Possibly so. Hello, Marie. How you doing? Thank you all so much for joining me. I've got 137 in the room, 75 thumbs up. Thanks for joining me. No super chats during this live video, please. Well, y'all see what happened after Chris Watts took his lie detector test. Okay. Chris Watts is a bum. He's an A1 bum. That man's disgusting. Everything that you have said since day one of this story has been true and nothing but the truth. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm doing good, Marie. I'm doing great. Just blessed. Hello. Thanks for joining me. I know I'm late coming on, honey. Queen was resting. I have to get my rest. Is standard rewards from the state have an expiration? Well, yeah, because I brought the information to you all yesterday from an article that said, yeah, they whoever is putting up the rewards can put a small timeline on the reward because possibly they want to hurry up and get tips to come in. So, you know, Marie, don't talk them up now. Don't talk them up. Chris Watts was guilty, although his wife was a hot-ass mess, did not justify him killing his family. Wow, what was wrong with his wife? I'm curious. What was the matter with the wife? Thank you, Queen Talks Crime, for helping. Yeah, but don't talk them up. See, you got to know when you speak something, you speak it into existence. So don't even say anything because they're probably in here listening anyway. I don't care. I don't want to discuss anything negative in my life. I've done enough of that. I'm not doing that tonight. Hi, Kimberly. How you doing, baby? Hello, Ricky, South Africa. Thank you so much. God bless you. Uncalled for his wife didn't deserve her for her children's death. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what is your point about the wife? What was it? I watched the documentary. Of course, naturally, I don't know the people, so I can't say who did what or didn't. I'm just wondering. She was pregnant and he was having an affair. Okay. Thank you, Sheba. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining me. She was spinning out her means. Oh, I see. Well, he should have left her. I mean, whatever you don't like about a person, I think we all know this. We're adults that's in this room. Everyone in the room is 18 and over, I hope. There's something you don't like about a person and it's starting to bother you or you feel like you can't deal with it. All you have to do is walk out. Preferably tell the other person, hey, it's not working. I'm not happy. I don't see us working out. I don't see things changing. You ain't going to change. I'm not going to change. You know, whatever the situation, you don't have to kill somebody. That's just nonsense to me. That is the most ridiculous thing to do is to plot somebody's death because you don't want to be a parent anymore. You don't want to be a husband or wife anymore. You want to get insurance money or their estate. But you have sick people who think like that. Yeah, right, Lulu, right. Just get a divorce. It's so simple. But people who are very wealthy, such as men who are wealthy, they don't want to pay that money out, which makes no sense because you're already taking care of a wife and kids anyway. So what's the difference with paying alimony and child support? I never can understand that. But I think they're thinking of half of everything, you know, depending on what state you live in, such as California. California is a two-party state where everything's divided equally. So they feel like, well, I'm worth 60 million. I ain't trying to give 30 million up, like off the bat to the spouse. I don't know. Yes, if you're not happy, leave. Hello, Raven. Hello, Southern Black Turtle. That's too funny. Chris is a bona fide psycho. He killed 2 little girls with his bare hands and talks about it to the reporters like it was a day at the park. Bona fide, yeah, psychopath. Yeah, I agree with that. I watched, as I told you all, I watched the documentary on Netflix. I'm telling you, that documentary creeped me out, because just watching her, watching her text messages to him float up on the screen, it's eerie, because she's not living, and you're watching her last words to her husband. It's very sad to me. Raven, Raven, Raven. I see all your little emojis down there. Came out of bad marriage before Chris and was diagnosed with lupus, and I heard, I saw she was sick. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that she was very sick. Well, he didn't care. He didn't care about having a sick wife. He didn't care at all. That's how it is. People like that don't care about anything. He helped them look for her in the house too. Yeah, that was creepy. When the police came in with the camera on, all that was creepy. I love the way you speak, how you feel, and speak the truth. I love the YouTube trying to make a damn plat off of these boys, and it's sad your life is always about the boys. Thank you very much. Well, as most of you who know me, I get a little hype, crunk as Flouncy and other ones have said, but my spirit is genuine. So, like I said, I'm a work in progress. I don't claim to be any more than what I am. But thank you all for following. Hi, Mama Joelle. How you doing? Hello, Sugar Thoughts. I like that, Sugar Thoughts. Thank you so much, Janelle. And thank you, Queen Talks, for moderating this chat. I don't know where Nitra is. Nitra probably sleep. Hello, KK. Alexa. I want to thank you all for joining me. I got almost 200 people in the room. 100 thumbs up. Thank you all for joining me. I think this is just so sad. Yes, I'm in Tennessee. For now. My baby brother, I think they want me to come back home to Chicago. So we will see what happens in the next month or two. If I go back up north to live, we will see. I just can't do all the concrete up there. That's the only thing. If I can't park in front of the house, I don't want to live a place where I can't park or I can't see a car. That's a pet peeve of mine. I don't want to climb stairs to an apartment building. If you don't have an elevator, I don't want it. I don't. Thank you, KK. Thank you so much. Those two boys have been missing, going almost on 2 months already. The truth always comes to the light. God is good, and he will bring closing to the poor boys' whereabouts. Yes, God is good. Hello, Notorious Nance, Tennessee. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Tony. Come to Cali. Oh, I would love to be in California. I would love to be in California. Finesse, that's where I grew up, Chicago. South side of Chicago. Yes, got a few Chi-Town. I grew up in the south side of Chicago. I came to Tennessee as a young girl, and I go back and forth, back and forth. The last time I lived in Chicago, I lived up north in 1997. So basically, I'm a Tennessean. Chicago's going to always be my home. It doesn't matter wherever I live. Chicago will always be home to me. Oh, New Zealand, Tony. Oh, you and Flouncy are out there. Yeah, I like sunlight, tell you the truth. I do like to come outside and see a lot of sun. I don't like the heat, but I do like, seeing the sunshine, the flowers, the trees, the grass. That's my hype. Norm, you're a South Sider, but of course. Cherie wants to leave Cali. Okay. Well, where you trying to go, Cherie? You want to come down here to Tennessee? Your money would go farther, I tell you that. Way far, honey. Although they did not find the children's bodies, don't you think the parents should be locked up because they were the last ones? Yes, Frontline, I believe that. I believe they lied to the police. They filed a false report, so they should do them like they did Megan Boswell in my area. Most of you who followed the story of Megan Boswell and her baby, she went to jail. That was the first charge. If they charged her with lying to the police, filing a false report. And I believe these two know where the children are. Yeah, Joel, I heard it was cold up there. Yes, they do need to be arrested for filing a false police report. Okay, Jeannie said her eyes stand. Lord have mercy. Yes, everything is good, Jacqueline. Thanks for asking. Ooh, a blizzard in Kentucky. Yikes, yikes. Good Lord. I was born in Cook County Hospital. We live in Southside Chicago too. Okay. Yeah. Nothing like the Chi. I don't care what nobody says. Despite all the terrible things you hear about Chicago, it's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city. You have the lake. You have beautiful architecture. You have nothing but great places to eat, dine, entertainment. There's nothing like Chicago. Nothing. Nothing. Nowhere in the world is like Chicago. Okay, Notorious says there's a big snow coming. Okay. Oh, in Oregon. Wow. Ugh. Yes. Well, that's what the judge is going to decide. Have they neglected their children? They need to check the van at Wanda West House. Well, this is what all you need to understand. There have been reports already reported that wherever Trezell and Jacqueline West came from, those said places have already been searched by the police. People still driving crazy despite the snow. Okay. I'm trying to keep up with your comments. Yes, too many babies are gone far too soon at the very hands that should be keeping them. Yes. And that's the whole point. Yeah, I saw that, TS. Because my brother, they tell me all the time when it's snowing. Yeah, they neglected kids. Yeah, they did. I don't believe the children left the backyard. You can't leave somewhere where you never were. I don't know how that's possible. I've never heard of, hi, Weena, how you doing, baby? I've never heard of a person leaving somewhere where they never were. Unless you know magic, and I don't think the kids knew magic, they were never there. If they were at that house, they weren't there that night. Let's just put it like that, because we don't have verification if they actually made it to Cal City. So let's just say on that night, they weren't nowhere near that backyard. I find it really strange those babies disappeared in thin air and they did not have one lead. Well, ongoing investigation. Blows my mind that they could get them back. Yeah, Notorious, that's the scary part of this story. Hello, Australia. Thanks for joining me. That's the scary part. Hello, Monique, Shortcake, Lynette. That's the scary part. They could get the kids back. I pray they don't. Whew. Allergies acting up. I pray they don't. Because what's bothering me, once again, is this flip-flop story of adopted versus biological. Every other week, the story changes about those foster children. Are they adopted? They're not. You just said these kids missing are adopted. Then you said the ones left behind were foster kids. Then you switched it up a couple weeks ago, the chief said. Now we're back to that again. 2 biological, 2 adopted. I don't claim to know anything. You know, most of you know how I am. I do not claim to know anything about their adoption, nothing, because I don't believe anything I hear pertaining to this story. Yeah, it was planned, yes. The worst thing would be if they actually get away with it. Yes, Casey Anthony. Yes, that would be a shame if they do get away with this. I wish we could hear what the other children heard or seen. Well, they probably told the truth. I think most of you know they didn't talk to the children just one time. Because 9 times out of 10, the children have been brainwashed by these 2 culprits. So they've talked to them for a short while. Then they probably waited a day or 2, go back again, talk to the kids again. And 9 times out of 10, whatever was told the first time probably wasn't told the second time. Oh, you don't think the judge should give them back because the kids came up missing? Okay. Well, the judge is probably also, you all also forget that the investigators will also play a role in Jacqueline and Trezell getting their children back. And this is where Jacqueline and Trezell will find out how the police really thinks of them. Y'all didn't think about that, did you? When they go into court, investigators will be present, because if they have anything on Jacqueline and Trezell, they will have to say to the CPS workers and the judge, this is an open investigation, and no, ma'am. OG Boss Gal says, no, they would not get the children back. Okay. When you think the kids would have said something that would be enough to arrest them? Yes, Kayla, but that's why I'm saying it's still an investigation. So we don't know all that's what's come back from the lab. Because remember, they took things out of the house. So naturally, that's a lot of stuff to go over. And California is a very big state. So I'm assuming there are lots of other people have evidence administered to the same lab. So you're talking about meticulous work, trying to get all that said information dissected and then uploaded to see if it has any type of relevance to the case. 4 were taken into protective custody, yet they gave 2 foster kids back when they were in Bakersfield. So how do we get to 6 kids? You all need to focus. You all need to focus now. When they say 6 kids, they mean the 6 they were taking care of at that time when they filed the report. What other foster kids they had in Bakersfield does not count because they weren't in Bakersfield. They were in Cal City. So at the time of the investigation, the West claimed they had 6 kids. Do you understand? You all are hearing rumors about what somebody saw at the apartment complex and all that. That does not count. That does not count because that's not what they told the police. They told the police they had 6 kids. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whatever they had going on in Bakersfield does not count over here in Cal City. Yeah, sure can't. I pray they don't get them back. I'm dead serious. We know the chief's not telling everything. Well, at least I don't think. No, he's not going to tell you everything. Hello, Purple and Gold. Thank you so much for joining me. I think the next few weeks, both will be in jail. I truly believe that. Yes, I believe the same thing. It takes a long time for all electronic footprints to come in, cell carriers and pings. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You got to count, as I told you all yesterday, every time you leave your house, you leave a blueprint. So when you go to the grocery store, the mall, whatever, you're talking about probably hours of footage they have probably gotten from different businesses, places, stoplight cameras, all that kind of stuff. And somebody has to go through all that stuff. And I'm sure it is a lot. Because as I state, 3 months in Cal City, so you got all that surveillance that anybody's offered. Then you got to count any information offered while they were in Bakersfield by, stores and things like that. I would love to know how they treated the other 2 adopted children. Well, if a butterfly could talk, I'm sure it would tell a lot. I thought a couple of weeks ago they're still out. Okay. Takes weeks for computer data. Time consuming, yes. Right. Thank you. Look what happened to Sincere and Classic. You want to endanger the other 4? Leslie, yes. Right. What food would let them get their kids back? You can't even watch 2 kids. As I've told you all, I'm going to keep saying this until somebody gets arrested. You don't hear of 2 children drowning in swimming pools. You rarely hear of 2 kids getting kidnapped. Rarely. Just saying. Why would they kill these babies? They could have just given them back. Well, who knows? Because we gotta decide what's the truth. Did they sell them or did they kill them? Did somebody get mad one night, got a temper, beat one? But see, that's the thing that don't make sense when you say, if you are speculating that they killed one of the kids out of an accident or whatever. Even if one got mad at one of the kids, why would you kill the other kid? That makes no sense. You're going to kill the other kid? Well, what does the other kid have to do with it? If you were beating this kid, you beat the kid to death, why are you going to kill the other kid? That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me. Why you would kill the other kid? Oh, OG, well, that's why I said I don't understand the purpose of the article, because the article doesn't actually say that somebody is saying that they go into court. That's just what's floating on social media. That's why I didn't really want to do an article about it. But this is a source, KGET, and it's in the title of their of the article that a judge will be making a decision. So somebody's said something, but they don't actually say it verbatim in this article. That's what's weird. Diane, I'm with you on that, honey. Oh Lord, snowing in New York. Wow. El Canton, I agree. I don't think it's been entertained either. What about if someone left them in the van during a hot summer day? I don't think no children were left in a van. Where do you all get these stories from, vans and stuff? I'm just curious. I don't think no children were left anywhere. That's my opinion. I think they were either, sold or killed. I really think they're deceased, but, it'd be nice to know that they're alive. So the brother telling on them about hurting the brother. Well, that's true. One child could talk and say, you killed the brother. But they're small, so I doubt that. You know what I'm saying? You're not talking about a 10-year-old watching you murder a 7-year-old or another sibling. A 10-year-old could talk, but 3 and 4, I doubt it. I doubt. And who would one of the kids tell? They're not around anybody. They don't let them go anywhere. They don't let them do anything. So who would the child tell that daddy, mommy killed, my brother? They'd have nobody to tell. Yes, they have X amount of time. Yes. It's either the AD lost it on the kids or someone snatched them up. Diane, you really think somebody snatched the kids up? Really? Okay. Yes, we understand about the article. That's why I just said I didn't see the purpose of the article, because it doesn't really say a person said they are going to court. That's why I don't understand the purpose of the article. But the title of the article makes the claim as if a judge is getting ready to hear, testimony about them wanting their kids back. Now, maybe there's another source out there. I couldn't find anything. I barely found that article there. I don't believe anyone took the babies, okay? If they were deceased, I believe they would be better tortured than possibly endure. Yeah, that's a terrible thing to say, but as I stated to you all yesterday, if the children are found alive, where would they go? Thank you, Raquel. Where would the children go? Let's say they found them tomorrow. Where would the children go? No way in hell they should go back to them too. And the other one, hell no. Yeah, I'm saying that. No. No. Raquel, thank you so much for joining me, baby. Okay, Diane. No, they're not getting them kids back. I pray they don't. They are alive. They've been in literal hell. Yeah, because you don't know what somebody's done to them wherever they are. If they're alive, I guess they don't want anyone doing anything to those little babies. They would be back in foster care. Exactly. The same dirty place they left from. So imagine that, rambunctious. Don't start, KK. Y'all are killing me with these comments. Oh, Lord. 2 separate homes. Something happened to one of the kids. Oh, that's an interesting concept. Jamaica thinks the kids were kept in 2 separate homes. Why you say that, Jamaica? Okay, I understand, Diane. Wow. Scary. Very scary. Whatever came of the lady that said they were in San Jose, I don't know. I never heard that. Do I think they'll ever find the babies? No, I don't. No, I don't. Yes, thank you all for joining me. Hello, Nitra. Hello, Margaret. What you doing? I think a lot of the people are in denial regarding how heinous and evil people can be. Right. No one kidnapped those kids, and it's unlikely that they were so. The far-fetched theories need to stop. Yes, El Canton, I agree with you about that. Everybody's coming up with wild stories about what they think happened to the children. As I state, you don't have any facts that would lead you to think that the children were in a car, hot car, or a dog ate them up. You only knew about the dog because of people showing stuff on YouTube about dogs walking in the street. Before that, you didn't even know they had a dog. You get my drift? Hot car syndrome. I don't know where y'all get this stuff from. I think some evil people got sick of being bothered with those two kids and they off those kids. And for some reason, something came up to where they had to produce those children and they knew they couldn't. So here comes the fake report of the children missing. That's what I really think. Hello, always love yourself. How you doing? Chandra thinks the kids were sold. Okay. Thank you. I don't want to not. What is it, Sakalini? Yes, I am outspoken. That is the queen. Yes. Marie lost control of the boys. Possibly. I don't believe the dog's name is really Chalk. Natalie, please don't bring that up. The dog don't think his name is Chalk either. How about that? The dog says, my name is Dog. My name is Dog. Just call me D-O-G because I am a dog. Oh, God, help me. Diane, you're not going to hear anything from the police and probably until they arrest them. That's just the truth. They're not going to tell you anything. I don't know where people get all this stuff from. Hello, Tasha, baby. How you doing? Yes, I try to bring you the facts that I know them. I can't claim that I know anything about the story because nothing's been revealed. Everything's been assumption from day one. And nobody that I have seen on the tube has brought anything sufficient to that's been proven. Everything's just been somebody's opinion, which that's what people do. They give their opinion about something. You either believe them or you don't believe them. Just like the neighbor who allegedly was interviewed and said the kids never came outside. I believe that person. I think they led a recluse life and they let their children, kept their children in and didn't let their children mingle. I do believe that. Well, it's Tessa. There were liquor bottles in the garbage can, allegedly, what was said by one of the other people. So I don't think they lied about the liquor bottles. He probably is a heavy drinker. They probably adopted that dog too, poor thing. Oh my God, y'all are killing me. Poor dog is skinny with the damn chain tied. Yeah. Well, you don't tie a chain around a dog's neck anyway. Birth mother wanted to give them Christmas gifts. That was 2 years ago. That was not recent about the Christmas gifts. Okay, Heather says he lost his temper. They had foster kids in their care, and I think they had to check on the foster kids. Yeah, that's what I think, Heather, too. That somebody was coming around. Maybe they had to go to a meeting or they had to take the children, show the children. You see, you don't never know. Okay, Kayla, I hear you. Someone should be sitting in jail until they talk. Yes, I agree with that, CC. I totally agree with that. I got 267 in the room. Thanks for joining me. Bio Mom's story of Christmas gifts was from previous years, not 2030. Y'all are killing me. Yes, the Christmas gift story is 2018. That's out her own mouth on her Facebook page. That was not 2020. Oh, we know it was bogus, baby. Trying to make sure I see everything. Whatever happened, be it abuse, neglect, murder, had been happening over an extended period of time, maybe from the beginning, premeditated and orchestrated. Hawkeye, that's what I think. I believe all this was a planned scenario with getting the boys gone. I just think it is. Welfare check before the long holiday to visit the Fosters. Good. Yes. they're not financial, they will probably become homeless. Yes, because you are forgetting they still have to pay a mortgage on their house. If they did not pay cash for that house, then that means they have to pay a mortgage to the bank. And you cannot pay a mortgage if you do not have income. So what's up with the gift bag? Oh, somebody planted that. That bag was planted in that desert. I don't think it flew from the house either. Nitra says they don't deserve any kids. Precious babies are found. Yes. Thank you from San Antonio. San Antonio, thank you. Thank you from Texas. All right. God is good. Okay. Thank you all for joining me. Angel Turner, that's a very good question. What kind of parenting class do you take for losing your kids? Excellent question. They're going to try to reform your brain to be a better parent, which we know everybody makes mistakes raising children. Everybody doesn't have the temperament to raise children, but yet they procreated and made them. But I think that's a very valid question. What are you going to go through in the class to help you be a better parent? Because if you really aren't in it for the long haul, it is a waste of time. That is the reason why you're in the situation in the first place, to be having to take the parenting class. Because 9 times out of 10, it's not for you. And the thing about being a parent is you don't know if you can fill the shoes of being a parent until you're in that situation. I think the boy's been gone. No recent pictures. Yeah. 6 kids. Wow. Your hands are filled, honey. Yeah. Rectify. Yeah. Good luck with that. They know they need to return them kids, but they can't, because I'm telling you, them kids are long gone. I don't know, Marie. Thank you, C. Rose. Thank you all. I thank you all for watching my content. I thank you. I really appreciate it. I think the whole West family and Jackie family knows what is going on. Yeah, they probably do. And that's what I think is so disgusting, is that you would go talk to the news about being threatened and all that, and many of you have said it. You're sitting here talking about being threatened outside your house and all this crazy nonsense, but you never speak of the boys. You never talk about the boys. You never say, oh, I miss them. Oh, we love them. Oh, we want them back. Whoever has them, please bring them forward. Giselle and his wife don't say it. The grandparents don't say it. You all wait weeks to decide to go to the news to get your 5 minutes of fame, hooping and hollering about people harassing you and all that, which, I don't condone any of that behavior. But still, you didn't even speak of the children while you're talking to a national platform about your kids. And it's disgusting. That's why they don't care. They don't care anything about their kids. They don't care anything about the grandkids. All they did was talk about what was affecting them, which was people allegedly threatening them. And I don't know if those people ever said anything threatening, because I wasn't there every day to hear what they were saying and not saying. But my thing is still, that was your opportunity to talk about the boys, say something positive about the boys, show newer photos of the boys. And you chose not to. Wanda, Wes, or whoever you are, your husband, whatever your names are, you chose not to do that because you were too concerned with getting your 5 minutes of fame, like everybody that's been covering this damn story. Damn clout chasers. Yeah, 5 minutes, right. Plead for your kids. I don't care if my grandkids or kids went missing, no matter if the law says to stay in, I would be out looking. Well, that's the whole point. Well, because they didn't care. They didn't care. Cremation is hard and takes hours. What are you talking about? Cremation? What are y'all talking about? With all them threats, it's not safe for the kids. And that's another point. I'm glad you said that. When they go before the judge, if they even go, What judge is going to let those kids come back to your house when you fled that house? Every article right now and news story is stating that the West live in Bakersfield, but your house is in Cal City. So what judge is going to tell you, oh yeah, I'm going to give you your kids back, although you've lost 2 on your watch? There's nasty rumors circulating on social media about you. 50,000 videos uploaded about you on that YouTube. People have broken the windows out of your house. You fled your house for a reason. You don't work anywhere. And I'm going to give you your kids back? Yeah, okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. Give me a break. Cal City is full of tweakers and where people hide. I used to live a couple of hours from there. Oh, okay, C. Rose. Hello, Beanie. Hi, Beanie, baby. Thanks for joining me. AP's never acknowledged them by name. Well, you're not going to acknowledge anybody by their name because you never cared. I told you all, everything you need to know about the story has already been revealed. The only thing you don't have are visuals of the children, but they have let you know they never cared for the kids. Every comment, swaying, no more talking to the news, lawyering up allegedly, polygraph test offered, but we don't know if they took it or didn't take it. I don't think they took it. They've told you everything you need to know already. Miss Pippin, I agree. I don't think they should get the kids back. Does anyone know if Jacqueline's parents have been questioned? I don't know. That's what you all got to understand. They're not going to tell us anything about who they talked to, who they offered a polygraph to, who took a polygraph, what evidence they found. They're not going to tell us any of that stuff. You're never going to know that stuff. If you are really interested in the steps the bio mom had to go through, I can tell you, okay? Yes, like, share, subscribe. Thank you. Thank you so kindly for joining me. It's kind of late, but that's okay. I'm 52 minutes into the live. Thanks for joining me. No super chats. God bless all of you. Oh, God. What is it, Jesus? Who is this? Y'all love my Instagram. I have never seen people can't stay out my Instagram account. Sick. Hold on a minute. I'm checking something. Everybody want to be seen. Jesus. There's nothing in this video. Should people stop bothering me? Base heads. Nitra, I don't know. These people are just. This person is not talking about nothing. I go into the video. There's nothing there on IG. I don't know what this person wants. I'm not indulging in any foolishness. I don't have time for this. Thank you, Helen. Just checking stuff on my phone. Thank you, Bernadette. Thank you so much, baby. God bless you. I don't know. Copacetic. That's how the lives are going to be from now on. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, you heard on AV Live I had a credible informant. Oh, now they're credible? Oh, okay. Yes, I stand on the source. As I state to you all, this is for a particular person who commented on my channel. Let me explain something to you about the source. When I made the comment that the source wanted to come be revealed, I guess I should have said they wanted to come forward to speak. Because, you have to choose your words very carefully when you're on a platform and you're talking. But the source is solid. What the source had to say, that was their journey. It wasn't my journey. Because as I state, I don't live in Cal City. I don't live in Bakersfield. I don't fool with those people in California. So I am just a passenger on the train. Okay, so this person came forward to give their commentary about knowing the biological mother and knowing of Trezell West, his mother, that's it. You take it with a grain of salt. You either believe it or you don't believe it. And because my thing is, with this storyline, you really don't know what to believe anyway. Everything has been rumored from day one. So you don't know anything about these people. You really didn't know anything about the biological mother. You didn't know anything about the parents, the adopted parents. You didn't know anything about his parents. And that's how it's going to be. And if somebody decides to come forward, you understand what I'm saying, to say anything, in the end, it's up to you to decide if you want to believe it or not. And that's how I look at it. I'm one of them type of people. I'm not about to argue with anybody about what somebody said they dealt with somebody, because one thing that nobody in the chat knows, nobody on YouTube knows, nobody in California knows, or around the world, you don't know who the source is. That's why you can't say what they're saying isn't the truth, because you don't have no idea who they are. But believe me, they have had a bullseye view of the biological mother and the said situation pertaining to the children. And they are solid. And they're not no okey doke. They're not some random person. This person works a real damn job, a professional. They work. They're not hanging on street corners and hanging around getting drunk and falling out and doing that old talk crazy stuff. So it's a legit person. What are my thoughts on Jacqueline and her side of the family? I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know anything. All I know is stuff that people are uploading to YouTube as far as following them around and stuff. But that's not really telling me anything. That's the whole point I've been saying about this story. You don't know these people. You don't know anything about these people. All you're going to ever know is whatever comes out of their mouth. And they're not telling us anything. They only talk once to the news. The mother has never come forward to speak about the children, which I find that odd as well. But then that's to be expected, because if you're not invested, you're not going to speak up about a child. I mean, you're just not. You're not going to speak up about anything. You're not invested. Oh, thank you, C. Rose. I got this from a hospital sale. A hospital, they had a jury. There's a company that comes to the hospitals and they set up jury and, different type of things, phone chargers, tights, just different type of stuff for ladies. And I got that 2 years ago. Thank you so much. Well, they should get that reward. We will know during the trial. But that's the issue you all are concerned about the expiration date on the reward from Cal City's portion of the money. Like I said, that article I brought you basically is saying sometimes they put an expiration date on a reward because they want people to hurry up and give a tip. Now, I don't know if that's the reason why Cal City has this short timeline, because they haven't spoken, but this was just a generalization from an article that I read. So, want to hear a funny one? One lady said we can't rule out an alien. Somebody said that yesterday. Good God. Why? Because you're out there in the desert? You all trying to do that Area 54 stuff? Oh, Lord. Honey, let me tell you, if an alien did come down to get those kids, he said, woo, I came and got y'all just in time. Because y'all got too much going on down here in this desert. Y'all don't need to be down here on Earth no way. These folks don't care nothing about you. Tyrone, what you want to know, baby? Ashia, why you want to contact her? Why would you want to do that? I don't understand. I don't get that. Well, Monica, you know they do have cases where people have been tried without a body, depending on what evidence they have. Because, you do have people who kill people, and they do leave behind evidence in a house, a car, a bedroom, attic, basement, whatever. And, when you murder somebody in an apartment or house with carpet, you think you're getting up all the evidence by getting a steam cleaner and cleaning up the carpet. Well, you don't, because up underneath the carpet is the residue from the blood. And when a person bleeds out, that blood is saturated underneath the carpet, into the carpet pad, into the floorboard, whatever is the structure underneath the carpet. So once they pull the carpet up, you will see everything blood. Just saying. Tyrone? Oh, yes, Tyrone. The video's uploaded. It uploaded right after I ended the stream. Just go to YouTube. You're on YouTube, Tyrone. Police never got a scent of the boys outside the house. This is true. The desert is very rural, not like the high desert, and rent is cheap, so very easy to get away with the crime, okay? Very, very few convictions without bodies. They exist but are rare. It's beyond suspicious. Ryan Dean waited until the kids went missing to get an attorney. If she felt CPS was in the wrong, she would have lowered up after the adoption. That's true. And see, that's why I said a lot of people don't really think about what is common sense. If you really were concerned about your children, like you said, you appeal. Anything that goes on with the state, you can appeal. I don't care if it's medical, as I say, food stamps, anything dealing with the state, you can appeal. They'll send you letters telling you that you can appeal. So if you have a problem with any decision made in your case dealing with the Department of Human Services, you can appeal it. And then if that doesn't work, go find you a lawyer, and which we understand it's expensive to hire an attorney. But, what are your options? If you're adamant about your case. Oh, Tyrone, is no problem. I'm trying to remember the title of my video. Lord have mercy. I had to think. What was the title? Oh, Jesus. What was the title? The cadaver dogs would have hit. Yes, I just read an article. They had scent dogs and cadaver dogs for those who need verification. I just read that earlier in a source off the news. Hi, Chris. How are you? Everybody say hello to Chris Thorns. He's in the chat. Please check out his content. Yeah, you can appeal anything with the Department of Human Services. That's what I keep trying to tell people. You can appeal anything. I don't care if it's Social Security, your benefits get cut, you get cut off, whatever, food stamps, anything you deal with the state and the government, you can appeal. Kayla, nobody gets a message from YouTube. Oh, Chris, we're just discussing them having to, eventually go to court. A judge decides if they can get the children back or not. I brought a source, KGET, for those who are in the chat and didn't know the source of this information. If you want to verify this story, you can log on to kget.com. It is a local news station in California. Basically, it doesn't say who said they're going to court or have a court appointment, court date, but it's in the title. And the woman who's giving her commentary is just a spokesperson for Kern County Department of Human Services, and she's speaking in general terms. Let me make that clear in the chat. That's my YouTube husband. Y'all didn't know that Chris was my YouTube husband. I told Chris today, I said, you want to get a divorce? Because they didn't try to chew a queen up, get a queen all riled up. Did they find the boys or something? I'm a little lost. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm going to ask you all something. Oh. When you go in your queue, do you not read the title of the videos? You all are confusing me. I'm lost. I don't know how you come in the chat and ask what's going on. I have a title on the video. I'm confused. I mean, you all do this every time you come in the chat. You ask what's going on, and I'm like, I don't get it. I got a title on the video. Jeez, I don't understand. Oh, you should know if the children have been found. That would be the title of the video. Oh, I'd put that up there. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Oh, Queen Talk said, I'm not answering no craziness. That's my girl. We got Tennessee strong in this room, baby. Ooh. Look, I'm East Tennessee. Queen in the middle, and Chris is at the bottom. Oh Lord, we got Tennessee sold up in the room. Oh my God. Oh, Rocky Top. For those that don't know, Jeepers Creepers, you all are killing me right now. Oh, I think what's going on is a way of saying what's up. Oh, I didn't know. Well, because sometimes people come in the chat, they do be wondering what's really going on with what we're talking about. I've had several people do it. But I'm sorry if that's what you meant. Hello. I apologize. No problem. Yeah, Marie, you way over the pond. Oh, you're in Arizona. See, Rose, you a long way out. Anisha, when you get in there? Hell no. If they get their kids back, they will be dead or missing. Hell no, they shouldn't get their kids back because Trezell West temper. This is true. Yes, Kayla, thank you. You can always watch the replay. Thank you so much. Wait a minute, then. I am the source. Tell them, Queen, I'm sold and I don't be on the corners. Well, the source is legit. I'm telling you. It's not a street person. I'm sure you're wondering who it is. I got to take the secret to the grave. Because the source and I talked today. And they said, nobody will ever know who I am. I had somebody yesterday in the comment box say, oh, that's my cousin. She's messy. So when I talked to the source today, we were laughing because the source was like, I'm not related to she. I say, I already know you not. That's a fishing attempt. It's a fishing attempt. It's a fishing attempt. It's a fishing attempt. All I can say is if you knew who the source was, you'd be like, oh, yeah, they ain't lying. We're going to leave it at that. You'd be like, oh, yeah, they have no reason to be making that stuff up, period. Because, I'm not going to let anybody come to me with no he said, she said. No way. I don't rock like that. I live in Tennessee about a year and a half right outside of Knoxville. Okay, just me. We're not giving the source up and we stand by the queen. Thank you, Nietzsche. Thank you, honey. Yeah, the source gave it up. I mean, Oh, Chris, don't you start. Everyone is related to someone with this story. Shake my head. Oh, Chris. Hey, now, Chris, you ain't never lied. Everybody is related. You got that right. It's sad. It's really sad because it's supposed to be about the kids, finding the children, getting the children to safety if indeed they've been endangered. But this case has left and gone way far left. It's not even about the kids. Just like it's just a bunch of shenanigans and craziness, and it's unfair to the kids because whether they are alive or deceased, it's disrespectful to them that people who are supposed to be discussing them and talking about them and covering their case, they're doing crazy stuff and drawing unwanted, salacious attention to themselves, and it's disrespectful to them. To me, it's disrespectful to anybody missing. You're not taking it serious. You shouldn't even be discussing the kids. You shouldn't even discuss it, period, because it's wrong. They always leave receipts behind. I agree. Some people are playing too many games in this case. Well, you start with the not the bio, but the adoptive parents. They're the ones who filed the report saying the kids are missing. So that's where the game started. That is where the game started. No, I don't think they'll get the kids back. No, I don't. PTSD, so he has a temper and crazy. So no, they shouldn't get the kids back. Y'all are killing me. Oh, it is unfair to the kids because they didn't ask to be here. That's the thing I don't think nobody's realizing. When you're hooping and hollering and you're showing out and you're doing crazy stuff, you as I state, you're showing utter disrespect to these kids because they could be alive. And God forbid, the hands that they're in. So it's serious. They deserve much better than what's been given to them in their own little short life. And then all this crazy stuff that people are doing, disrespecting each other, and social media throwing shade and, bashing content creators about a storyline. In the end, that's not helping get the kids back. Everybody's entitled to their opinion about what they think would happen to the children, who's talking about the kids, who has information about the kids. You're not getting anywhere. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. So I'm not feeding into any of it. Oh, what you said, military T West, because his dad's a veteran for sure. So he may be the one with the PTSD. I don't know. My understanding is that somebody was in boot camp with Trezell. That's what the source said. They knew somebody that said they was in boot camp with him. So that's all I can say. Why doesn't the chief hasn't been attentive to this case and hardly gives any updates? Well, as I have said this to you guys, the chief isn't going to tell you everything. That's just the bottom line. They're not going to tell you everything. They can't tell you everything. I mean, do you really want them telling you who the suspects are? I don't think you want them to do that. Trezell was gay in high school. Wow, C. Rose, stop it. C. Rose, who are you? Where you hear that from? Did you go to school with Trezell? Or you just repeating he said, she said? Oh, goodness. I can't. My eyes keep watering. It's my sinuses, excuse me. Y'all are killing me. Oh, my God. Well, this is true. Marie is right. You can get PTSD anywhere. You don't have to be you don't necessarily have to get PTSD from being in the military. She's also trying to get help. Well, that was the only reason why that was the only reason why the source came forward. They just wanted you to know that both sides were grimy and that the situation, how the children got into foster care and then into the West home, that it was just a bad situation from day one when the children came into the world. And as I state to you all, no matter what story you talk about, every story has a beginning. And if you're choosing not to listen at a story from the beginning, I find that odd because I don't understand with a story like this, how you would not want to know how the children got to foster care. Of course, yes, we already know they were in the West care and they went gone on their watch. But still, once it got out that the bio mother came forward to announce herself, she put herself out there to be evaluated, rather. And then you're putting stuff on your Facebook page. So then people are going to start talking. They're going to start asking questions. That's what people do. And then here comes all the flat. You know, who's involved, who ain't involved. Because you still got people out here thinking that she and her family are involved. I've had people on my channel putting comments saying they think the biological fathers have the children. I've heard all kind of crazy stuff. And as I state, I don't stand on any rumor because that's somebody else's opinion. It's not mine. You know, it's not my opinion. But there are people speculating all types of things pertaining to the children. Some people think the grandparents know where the children are. Some people think one of the grandparents got the kids or helped with the kids or hiding the kids out or families hiding the children. Some people think it's a hoax. I've heard some people say that. I've heard some people say they think that this is a fake story. Some people think that Trezell and Jacqueline hid the children out for money, GoFundMe money. Some people say they think the bio mom's in cahoots with Trezell and Jacqueline, that they know each other. I've heard all kinds of speculations. But as I state, I don't stand on any of those because I do not know. Tanya, you asking the wrong question, girl. I have no idea. I have no earthly idea. I don't understand. I need to be said, especially since she was looking for sympathy and made a GoFundMe. She has every right to, but people also have the right to have the facts before donating. Well, that's true. And that's the thing. People like to do things, you know, on good faith. You know, when people set up GoFundMe pages, you're not thinking that they're being fraudulent in asking for the money. You just assume they need it for something. Most people will tell you what they need money for a GoFundMe. The problem with the bio mother and a GoFundMe is, one, she didn't have custody of her children. Two, the children have not been located. Three, why the hell you got to GoFundMe? For those very reasons. Because GoFundMes are usually set up for people needing monies to bury people. Or they're sick. They have medical bills. Or their house caught on fire, or their house was in a flood. Do you see where I'm going? That's when people set up GoFundMe. They have a current dire situation going on at that time. The rumors were she wanted the money for an attorney. I don't verify that because I've never heard her say it. So I can't say if that's true or not. That's just rumors that people put out on social media. But what you have to ask yourself is still, who are you going to sue if that is the alleged reason she wanted GoFundMe money? Who are you going to sue? You're going to pay a lawyer $15,000. Did you meet with a lawyer and he or she said, well, I need $15,000 to start your case or bringing forth a lawsuit? You know, in the end, you still going to have to come up probably with more than $15,000. I'm just saying, it costs to have an attorney to do anything for you. Okay, Chris says GoFundMe is the new scam that a lot of people use. So please be careful when donating to them. Yes, Chris, I agree. I totally agree. Just don't make up that TW was molested. Come on, stop creating rumors. Now, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. I'm glad I missed that comment because I don't know anything about that. Okay, both sides of these folks are crazy. I don't know how they were even remotely able to take in children. Yeah, well, it's neither here nor there. I do sometimes, but trust me, I'm very leery about donating. Yeah, you should be very leery about donating to any GoFundMe. Some people will show you receipts to what they're doing with the money, depending on what they're asking for the money for. But as you see, anybody can just get up on social media and set up a GoFundMe for whatever reason. It doesn't mean that it's true. You've seen time and time again people who said they were sick or their children were sick. They had cancer. A woman here in Tennessee, not too far from me, I think in Loudoun County, she was arrested for pretending to have cancer. And they found out she didn't have cancer. And people have been giving her lots of money, you know, and them people want their money back. They wanted their money back. They want their damn money back. It was said they made it so she could get a lawyer. Yes, a family member. Okay. She did not get her kids back, but if you don't do your case, you don't get them back. Okay. Well, see, that's the problem with if that's true, why she wanted money is to get an attorney to sue CPS, You have to remember, CPS is going to be a very strong conglomerate, and they're going to stick together. And what they're going to say is, we took your kids for a reason, and here are those reasons. So what you're going to be doing is rehashing the reasons you lost your children. And you know why you lost your children. And I say, if she actually got an attorney, whatever happened back then is going to come out. I don't really think she realizes that whatever she went through with CPS, all that's going to come out. I don't think she wants that to come out, because as you see, what my source brought you was not nice. And in an open court, that's just the worst place to have your personal laundry aired. It's a horrible place. Right, Rebecca. Not many succeed suing the government. Yes, we know this because many people have tried to sue the government. You're right. And although this is state government, I don't know. You'd have to have some concrete evidence that you had been, there has been some hanky-panky on CPS's part. But the thing that Ryan Dean don't understand is that you lost 4 children, not just the 2. So even if there was some hanky-panky involving one child with CPS, you can't explain the other 3 kids. Each of your children were taken at different times. The last 2 are a year apart. So you can do the math on that. You can't explain that. You can't logically explain those 2 baby boys were taken out of her custody at different times. You just can't logically explain that to a jury or to a judge, that CPS swiped you twice by mistake. And then the baby fathers came and got their children individually because of what was going on with the accusations with the last 2. That's just not going to sound good in court. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much. Hey, Kayla. Look at Edward talking about add me as a mod. Edward, where you come in at? Where you been? Where you been? You done snuck in. Thank you, Flouncy. That's my little friend. That's my little foreign friend, Flouncy, 1977. She lose that case, 1 kid, maybe 4. Well, that's my point, Sunshine. That's what I'm trying to make people understand. When people were rallying for this person, I never really said anything bad about her in the beginning. I try to keep my comments to myself in the beginning of any story. But when I started hearing stuff about the GoFundMe, all that, the rumors about the lawyer or whatever it is, because like I said, I don't put my stamp on any rumors. You can't explain all these different kids taken out your custody. So, as I state, all that's going to come out in court if you actually find somebody to represent you. I don't think you really realize how tumultuous that's going to be in court. You're going to be basically redefending yourself of what you allegedly did to your kids to get your kids out of your custody. I just can't see anybody want to put themselves through that. I just don't. Hello, Tammy. How you doing? Thank you so much. Arizona. Gosh, thank you. I love how you tell it like it is. Love your tea with no sugar, girl. That's the way I drink. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. Rebecca, yes, it is screwed up. It is a terrible situation. Because like I said, when the source spoke, and I spoke to the source naturally before I let the source talk to you all, just listening to the stories and the things that the source knew personally, to me, it was sad to me. Because all I kept thinking is, damn, these kids didn't have a chance from the jump. That's why I kept trying to tell everybody, you don't know people. And when you're hearing somebody who saw what was going on or had a visual, it's vile to me. It's vile, and it was horrible hearing these children not being able to stay with their parent, but this person chose this way. The children didn't choose it. They're babies. Children don't choose their parents. They don't choose who gets together and lie down and make them. They don't ask to be here. And that's the sad part of the story. And that's what's even more horrific is that Trezell and his wife got these kids and now they're gone. It's like poof, they're gone, thin air. Nobody knows where they are, but they know. And I feel bad for these kids, whether they are alive or not. I feel bad because they didn't have a good journey. 3 and 4. I mean, it's sad to even think of a 3 and 4-year-old out here in the world somewhere with the wrong sick people doing vile things to them if they are alive. The fact that they had a troubled existence with their biological mother, then they go to foster care. And as I tell you all, you don't know what it's like to be a foster child if you have never been one. So you're getting here, going from house to house with strangers. That's a terrible way to live. Then God forbid they don't treat you well. They're doing horrible things to you, saying horrible things to you, hurting you, pinching you, punching you. So you don't think about stuff like that. Y'all don't think about stuff like that. Right. Diane, habitual. Yeah, to me, she's a habitual offender as far as abusing kids. You have allowed yourself to put your kids in harm's way. You can't explain that logically to a judge. There's just no way you can logically explain that to a judge. Jessica, I was a foster child most of my life. Okay. I was looking into the FC, okay, in Cal City. Says kids are in foster care at least 6 months, but more likely at least 12 months before adoption. Yeah, well, if they were in their care for 2 years before they were adopted the spring of 2019. So it'll be 2 years coming up that the West boys were officially adopted. Well, of course. Well, that's what I'm saying. Children can always love their parents even if they know that their parents are not good to them, because children don't know anything but their parents. And there's like a weird logic behind, why would a person want to even have anything to do with their parents if their parents were cruel to them, abused them? But you've seen over the years people reconcile with their parents after they've lost custody of them, or they place their children up to foster care or adoption. And some people can work it out, but then some people can't, because a lot of times the parents still have wayward ways and they just can't be a parent to their kids. Even when it's 10, 12, 15 years later, they can't work it out. And that's even more tragic. Oh my gosh, she said Stockholm Syndrome. Jesus have mercy. Hell no, they shouldn't get their kids back. Oh, Jesus. Most foster is for money, cash cow, truth, okay? Abused children will stick to the main abuser. Yes, of course they will. Well, that's all they know. We look at the outside and say, why would a child want to be with an abusive parent? Well, if that's all they know, that's why I say it's a mind thing. It's a mind thing. You have one kid might say, hell no, I don't want to be with this daddy anymore. I don't want this mommy anymore. But then you got another kid's been abused. They don't want to leave their parent because that's all they know. And it's called the fear of the unknown. And that's why I said that going into foster care is not a joke. Yes, Elkan. Yes, she started the chain of events, Rondine. Yes, and people don't want to accept that. Yes, they were dealt an unfair hand. Yes, they were. That's why I said their journey was short on top of this dirt, if indeed they're not alive. And that's just a terrible thing to think of. 3 and 4-year-old being hurt, harmed, murdered, whatever word you want to use. It's cruel. Oh, you said it's too easy for people in Cali to foster and adopt? Wow, okay. I'd like to know why you think that. That's interesting. So West get children back, then should bio mom get hers back. They all bad as each other, yes. They suck to the abuser, not to the abused. It's a really bad cycle. Yes, it is. Just getting up. Hey, Marshall. Babies for benefits. Yes, yes, yes. I'm 1 hour and 29 minutes in. Plus, they were in another home as well. Yes, that is what has been said. Traumatic bonding. Part of me feels bad for Ryan, too, because the man she stayed around was probably abusing her. Okay. Well, Kayla, I don't know how you can feel sorry for somebody that had 2 separate incidents with their small children back to back. I don't know. I don't understand that. And then you also don't know what was going on with the older children that were in the house before their fathers got involved and what they were subjected to. See, you don't know all that. I can't feel sorry for anybody that's putting their children in harm's way. I was watching other YouTubers until the truth started coming out to build a platform off these boys is sick. They are out there and need to be brought home. Yes, they do. I don't know a lot about this case because the cops aren't releasing anything, but I do know God will reveal what happened. Whoever hurt the boys, yes, will answer to God. Yes, got that right, Queen. It's no joke dealing with CPS. No, and people don't understand. I don't want any child going to foster care, but I don't want you staying with parents that don't want you. Let's just say that. No child should be abused by his or her own parent, and nor should they get put in CPS custody and abused by foster care adopted parents. So either way, it's a split. The child has a chance of losing either way, and that's the sick part. Oh, Flouncy, you never told me that. Okay. Right, Marie, this is true. That's why I said, if you realize that motherhood or fatherhood isn't for you the first round, then don't have any more children. Take birth control. And you can have all the free sex you want. You know, I'm just keeping it real. You can have all the sex you want. No, knock yourself out. Birth control is free at the health department, so it doesn't make any sense to be getting pregnant anyway. I mean, it makes no sense to me. Big Ange, you just can't have a record. Anyone with a record can do it. Job and a clean home. Well, I just figured you couldn't have a criminal record. I just didn't think that you could. So, Big Ange, that's just odd to me. Close them thighs. Okay, together. Oh, Lord. I have 4 kids of my own. It's very hard. Yes, but a son of a gun if anything was happening. Right. 2 teenage sisters in Kern County, 14, 16, are missing. One last thing by her social worker. Okay, interesting. I think I might have got a notification or something like that. I refuse to make excuses for grown-ass people. Don't bring a life into this world if you are ill-equipped to take care of them properly. Okay? I was an abused child, but damn, my kids have everything. I never had food, love time, clothes, warm. Okay. Not even just birth control. Try a condom. Yuck, nasty ass. Lucky she didn't get STDs or HIV. Ooh, Diane. Look, y'all done went. Should have went from birth control to STDs. Okay. But I understand what you're saying. But that's why I said, and this is true what you're saying, a man needs to take responsibility as well, because most of the times all the responsibility falls on the woman because she's the one that gets pregnant. 9 times out of 10, she's the one that has to raise a child. But the men do need to own their part. You shouldn't be out here as a man sleeping around with women and not using a condom. And then when she gets pregnant, you cry and moan and say, oh, it ain't mine. She's a whore. She's a bitch. You know, all those nasty names guys call women. She's a thought. Well, my thing is, she wasn't a thought when you were sleeping with her. Just saying. And a lot of young men have a very nasty attitude toward women. This is why women don't need to be sleeping with men. You don't need to be sleeping with these men, but you're human. But you don't realize what a person thinks of you until you get knocked up. Then you're every dirty son of a you know what. But they didn't call you those names before you got pregnant. And that's where I have the problem. Don't go out here bad-mouthing a woman when you up there laying with her doing all type of nasty, facetious things behind closed doors. But then when she gets pregnant, now she's a thought, she's a this, she's that. That ain't no good. That ain't no good at all. Then they up on the more show, who's my baby daddy? Well, and that's it. That is true. Cal City is the gateway to Vegas and Bakersfield, high crime and homes with big properties for cheap. Yeah, I've heard they have a lot of crime in Bakersfield. I heard that. I was in a situation where my ex choked me out and I ran outside when I came to and threatened to take my kids. They told me to stay away from him, so I did. Yeah, it's not worth losing your kids. I don't care what feelings you have for a man. Once he puts his hands on you or your kids or physically, sexually abuse your children, it's a no-go. And anybody that'll lay up with a man that's fondling their children, raping, your ass need to be beat to sleep. And I'm going to say that. I don't play them kind of games. Damn, my boy will be owning up to his kids, believe me. Well, Marie, you got a nice little son. He's a cutie pie. Mom was an alcoholic. The rest is history. I do not dwell on the past. Right, and you can't. And that's the thing people don't understand about life. A lot of people came from horrible childhoods. A lot of people had horrible parents. A lot of people had parents who kept them. Let me say that too, because that's something I wanted to mention to the chat. And I'm going to say this probably before I check out of here. A lot of people keep their kids, because a lot of people judge people who give up their children or let their relatives or whomever keep their kids. I don't know how you can think that, because some of you raise your kids and you ain't doing a good job raising your kids. You beat your kids. You talk down to your kids. You're biased against your kids. You treat one child better than the other. You talk bad to your kids. You compare your kids to the one that's better in school, smarter allegedly, prettier, straighter hair, lighter skin. We've heard all the stuff that people have felt like why their parents mistreated them. Some of you cannot judge people who placed their kids with other people. At least they had the guts to say, I couldn't do the job. But you think because you keep your kids and you mistreat your kids that you are A1 top shelf, you are not. Because it's only when the children get older, we hear the horrible stories of how you treated your kids and you mistreated them, talk down to them, and then you say, well, I did the best I could. I fed them. Well, it's more to feeding kids, putting hair bows on them. It's more to it than that. It's more to it than that. I don't know, Rhonda. The money ploy went wrong. GoFundMe. Yeah, that's why I said some people think it's a fake story. They think all this is for the money. Some people have said that. They think this is all for the money, for somebody to claim a reward. But what you got to understand, they're not just going to hand you a reward for those kids. Even if the kids pop up tomorrow, you're not just getting ready to get no check. They're going to investigate you before they hand you any money about them kids. I praise the one who give them up instead of treating them like shit. Well, that's the point. That's why I said a lot of people have been placed in foster care, adoption, given to family temporarily, whatever the situation is. But a person who raised their kids and mistreat their kids, I don't understand how you think that you're different. That's what I don't understand. Because I hear the horrible stories of how people were treated by their parents. And these people think they did right because they kept their kid. Well, it doesn't matter if you kept them, but you didn't treat them good. So what difference matters? The logic is baffling to me. Very baffling. I just saw the news. 2 sisters start. Yeah, somebody said that, Bella. How you doing? The next show, Queen, about raising kids. Marie, no. I talk about kids so much. Good goobity goo. I have had my grandson for almost 6 years. I got him when he was 6 months. He will be 6 in August. He's my angel. I will go to the ends of the earth for him. Well, just me, that's a wonderful thing that you stepped in to help with your grandbaby. Lots of love to you. Yes, indeed. Yes. It takes a strong person, to take care of other people's children, no matter what the circumstances are. But kudos to anybody that steps up and does right by a child that's in need. And I don't care whose child it is. It's a noble profession to raise children. No, the West family should not get their kids back. Those missing babies were never cared for or loved. Right. You'd be horrified if you seen how I was dragged up in there in those photos. Okay. What are you talking about, Marie? Christine says she has 5 grandkids. Okay. Diane says, hope the children are safe. Yeah. Well, I hope they're safe too. And but my mind is telling me otherwise. That's just a feeling I get. But as I state, we all could be wrong. For those of us who don't think the children are alive, they could be alive. But like I said, if they're alive, who's going to bring them forward? Because my thing is, if they bought the kids, 9 times out of 10, they purchased the kids for facetious reasons, and I think you know what reasons those are. So they wouldn't keep the children alive. They'd have no reason to. One cares about the kids. Well, because they don't care about themselves, Kathy. I'm worried. What if the West family get the kids back? They're not getting those kids back. I'm not going to even dwell on that. Hello, Shirley. Thank you. They're not going to get the kids back. There's no way a judge is going to give you those kids back. Because even though they're not supposed to mention in court what they hear and see on social media, the judge watches TV, the judge has access to social media, they're going to get those kids back. Okay, Kathy says the children are not alive. The way some females obsess over companions and to keep them or take someone else's companion is ridiculous. And the things what'd you say? Some would do is degrading. Okay. They will both be in jail in a few weeks. They won't get the kids. Yeah. I agree. We all have to pray. Yes. Catch me up on what happened. Just toned in. Real Drip. We're just talking about the children in general, the case of them possibly going to court to see about getting their children back. I brought a source, kget.com, if you need verification for the storyline. That's the subject we're talking about right now. My problem is the entire 2 months, nobody from the West Side has said anything about the kids. The whole family knows what happened, in my opinion. It's me, yes. That is the problem. Have his arm around his wife, yes. That's my problem with the whole case. Everybody coming out the woodworks pretending to be concerned. The bio side, Trezelle's mama and daddy doing this late ass interview with the news and not even talk about the children, showing an old ass picture of the children. The children are smaller. Matter of fact, that photo with ABC News, the children are younger in that photo than the one that was given to the police and detectives when the story first broke. So that lets you know these people never took pictures of the children. You weren't invested in the children. So that leads me to think that possibly you did get the children for facetious reasons. Maybe, hell, they did sell the kids. Because why are we looking at old photos of when they are itty-bitty spiders sitting in high chairs? Okay, that picture with the grandfather, the one baby is very small in the high chair. The child sitting to the left of him, it's not even one of the brothers. That's another foster child. And as I state, I don't know if that is one of Trezelle and Jacqueline's foster babies or if possibly it was Wanda's foster child or if she had foster children. Allegedly, let me say that. The point is, it's an old photo. Those were not 3 and 4 year olds in that photo with the grandfather, and nor is it 3 and 4 year olds in the photos that was uploaded to the Missing Persons Bureau. No way. Where were the toys in the backyard? What grandparent doesn't have up-to-date pics? Hell, what parent don't have up-to-date pics? What parent don't got up-to-date pics? Itty-bitty spiders. Yes, they were itty-bitty spiders. You can see the picture. Those were babies. You're sitting up here uploading photos to the media. And I got the right man to call ABC and tell them, them pictures you showed on the nightly news, those are not the children. One of those children is not even one of the missing babies. Damn, come on now. You're misleading the public. 1, it's an old photo. 2, one of the children in the photo is not one of the missing brothers. I don't think it is anyway. Sickening to me. Has the fathers of the older bio mom kids always had them or just since the boys went missing? The older kids, what the older bio mom kids? The older children, allegedly, from what was told to me, those children fathers stepped in when the state came in, taking the last baby, which would be the baby. When he came out with the underweight, the fathers got their children. So that's been a couple of years. Shouldn't the evidence be in the neighbor's video that the kids were never seen in any video? Well, Rosa, there's probably a whole lot of evidence because as I stated to you all in the early part of this video, You got to count surveillance from Cal City to Bakersfield. You know, these people have shopped, they've eaten out, they bought detergent, they've gone to Lowe's, Walmart, the mall. I think there's going to be a lot of surveillance showing them without the two boys. You will probably see them with four boys only for some time. The scary part is going to be how far back surveillance is going to show only 4 kids. And as someone allegedly said, whoever the lady was that gave the money, he had 4 at the time he was trying to get the money for the house. So that was what, September. So the children have probably been gone a long time. And some of you do believe that they never made it to Cal City. But the thing that's startling me is that the chief only focuses on that house. So that leads me to think they know something about the house. And although they have not found any remains at Cal City House, it's still something fishy pertaining to the disappearance in that house. Now, what it is, I do not know, but I keep getting this weird feeling maybe they did make it to Cal City, and maybe perhaps, and I do not want to say this, but they were, what is the word I want to use properly? Disassembled at Cal City, if you get my drift, such as in a burn pit, a fireplace, and the remains were scooped up out of Cal City from that house. That's why there was never no scent outside. Yeah, we know about the grieving comment. Well, you know, one can use the word grieving as we're grieving the fact that they're missing. But I understand people have a different interpretation of words depending on the tense that they're used in. So I get that. That they have adopted them after they moved to Cal City. Well, Double, MZ Double, that's a good point. You're right. Because our understanding is that when the children were taken into CPS custody, that it was 2 foster, 2 bios. And over the past couple weeks and months, it has changed back and forth, back and forth. So we don't know what's what. One thing we do know for sure, 2 of them damn kids are theirs. How about that? 2 are theirs. Because they got photos of those kids on social media before they even had any of these foster kids or adopted kids. Yes, maybe we have to wait. I agree. Liquor and salt dust in the trash can. Yes. West used past tense. Yes, Marie, I heard that. I'm going to have to go back and pull that video up and re-listen to them talking in that interview. They're grieving the rest of their life in prison. Second kid came up missing under their care, then not getting them kids for sure. Right. The land is so spread out, they could have found them. I don't believe. Well, what y'all got to remember about the desert is just what it is. It's flat. So even if the children walked out the gate, they wouldn't have gotten far. Even though little kids can run fast, you ain't running that fast. You ain't walking that fast. And no matter if they walk down the street to the corner, you would see them because it's flat. There's no trees. There's no grass. There's no bushes. It's all dirt. So even if you walked out the yard and looked down the sidewalk, you would see the kids walking. The only way you would miss them is if they ducked off and went in between somebody's house or something. But if they're walking straight down the street, you would see them because there's nothing to obstruct your view. It's just all of it's a bunch of bull. Bunch of bull. Well, why haven't the man Trezell asked about the black kid come forward about the story? The what? I pray he didn't get drunk and harm them. They were likely killed in Bakersfield and then transported, disposed of. Yeah, and El Canton, that's a good thing. That's why I think the chief keeps circulating around that house. You all got to ask yourself. So I keep telling you, everything you need to know has already been revealed to you. When they went back to the house 2 weeks ago or whatever to comb over the dirt with that machine, it didn't dawn on you that there was a reason why they went back to the house. They didn't have to go back there. They went back there for a reason. There's a reason they went back to that house. I honestly am starting to think they disposed of the remains at Cal City. not on the property, but they disassembled the children there, perhaps. That's why the chief went back there and brought in techs to go over the dirt. They went in the dirt next door. You don't find that strange? They're in the adjacent lot. Who's going to bury a child in an open lot? That wouldn't make any sense. And then to go back over the yard again and dig up holes? No, you know something. You know something. What that is, I do not know, but it's too peculiar. It's too peculiar to go back to that house. Yeah, they are going to solve this case. Yeah, they're going to solve it. Does anyone know if landfills in the county have been searched? I don't think so. That's what I'm going to say before I check out of here because I'm almost at 2 hours. The fact that the chief has let you know that he didn't have a reason to go to the desert to check. He didn't have a reason to go over here to check. Should let you know he senses something at the house. The fact that now weeks in they went back to the house to search over the house should tell you something. Then it was weeks before that, they were back at the house again, looking over the house, FBI, whomever. So see, there's something about the house. Although no remains have been discovered, there's something about that house. And that's why the chief said in the beginning, I'm not going to go look nowhere else if what I'm seeing and hearing is telling me they were here. The scent is in the inside, not the outside. So over the past weeks, they keep going back to the house, which I don't know why. I think they should have thoroughly did everything they need to do. Tell the family to leave the house. Hey, we're going to be here for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. Get all you need to get out because we need access to your house. All this back and forth, I don't understand. But there's something about that house, I'm telling you, because there's no reason to keep going back there every other week. Something's going on with that damn house. Karen, it ain't being blunt. It's the truth. They keep going back. There's something. Kathy think there's something wrong with the department, okay? From the evidence, that's why they still checking. Yes, Sanaya, thank you. You don't know what evidence was taken. You do not know what evidence has come back from the lab. So who's to say that some evidence came back 2 weeks ago? That is why they went back digging holes in the yard. And they so happen to be digging in the area where we saw a figure bobbing up and down from the neighbor's video that was uploaded to YouTube. The same night that they found the police report, you see a tall person, which we're assuming is Trezell, going up and down in the video surveillance. That is the same area where holes were dug up. I'm just saying, something is not right about that house. And I believe that house has an omen anyway. That house has had too many owners in the past couple of years. No one has solidly owned the house for several years at a time. So to me, that house has a very bad omen. That view out there in the desert is scary as hell. I wouldn't want to take a dog out there. I wouldn't take nothing out there. They're trying to look busy. Kids were gone away before the 21st, in my opinion. Okay. Did the two babies have a bedroom in the Cal City house? Were there dirty diapers in the trash? Well, Trisha, we're never going to know any of that stuff, honey. We're not going to know any of that until they tell us. They have been described as loners, only around family and kept to themselves. Yes, Ella Cat. Yeah, we put that together from what the neighbor said at the last apartment complex. I do believe that neighbor. I believe they were odd ducks. I believe Giselle has a weird, radical way of thinking and lifestyle. And whatever reasons they moved out to the desert, I believe it was for facetious reasons. And I don't trust them. I don't trust any of them. Well, I'm going to check out of here. I want to thank you all for joining me. I want to thank Nitra and Queen for moderating. I want to thank you all for joining the Queen. When I get more information pertaining to this story, I will give you an update. But as for now, it has been revealed that there are no suspects in the case. Polygraphs have been offered to said people, but they will not confirm who they gave polygraphs to and who took one, who didn't. This article by KGET.com is alluding to the fact that there will possibly be a hearing. As I state, no one in it verbatim says, hey, they've got a court date, they petition, but it's in the title. If you need verification for the storyline, the police need to get all their evidence. Yes, but as they state, they're currently investigating. It's an open investigation. So the reason why you're not hearing anything pertaining to these children is because it's common sense. They have chosen not to divulge anything. And I wouldn't want them to tell us anything too soon because I wouldn't want anything to happen to the people who are involved, such as going on the run or going underground. But I do believe something terrible happened to the children. And that's the reason why you're not hearing anything. I think by now that if the children were alive, somebody would have came forward with the children. Somebody would have dropped the children off somewhere and they would be visible. But you've heard nothing. So what are you to believe? They were sold and the people are holding them hostage and or hiding them out. And for what reason? As I state, everything you need to know has already been revealed to you from the day the story rolled. Those two are culprits and they got those kids gone. And they know where the children are, whether they are alive or deceased. And I believe the immediate family, Wanda and her husband, they have also complicit in knowing that the children have been gone. I don't know if they know exactly what was said or done to the children, because only a fool would tell their parents they killed their own damn kids. But she has known, her and her husband, that the children have been gone for a long time. And the fact that they uploaded those photos that are owed to ABC, that's the proof in the pudding. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. If you'd like to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129. Thank you all for joining me, the chat. God bless all of you. Stay safe. And when I get another update, I will bring you the said information. Thank you.